I think it's a step in the right direction.
Firearm enthusiasts in Manitoba are joining the province's justice minister in granting their approval of the federal government's decision to scrap amendments to Bill C-21 that would have seen dozens of long guns included in a federal ban. But some here in Manitoba say they're still feeling unfairly targeted by the legislation.
The amendments that got brought in order to get rid of the long guns would have done absolutely nothing to stop any form of crime.
Paul Gatien was firing some rounds at Extreme Gun Shooting Centre this weekend, and he says when it comes to addressing rising gun crime in Canada, the legislation missed the mark. He says while the removal of the long gun amendments is a positive, the legislation is still unfair to many people who use guns safely.
My handguns, the handguns of every single individual that comes to shoot here, man, woman, doesn't matter. We're not a danger.
Gatien says the federal government should instead be focusing on organized crime and criminals to address gun violence in Canada, as for many, firearms are something they've learned to love, like him, because of family and military experience.
Guns are not the problem. People are the problem.
Manitoba Justice Minister Kelvin Gertsen accused the Liberal government of targeting law-abiding hunters and farmers with amendments to Bill C-21 in a tweet ahead of the weekend, saying, quote, "The decision to reverse course is a good first step, but community safety requires violent offenders to not repeatedly be released on bail. We need to talk bail reform in Canada."
I think it's a good start, but I really think that C-21 needs to be scrapped in completely.
Brent Staliga has been a firearms enthusiast for more than 2 decades, and he says the legislation is being used more as a political tool than a crime-fighting measure.
As a law-abiding firearm owner, we go through quite a bit of testing, and we have a lot of hoops to go through. Our names go through the RCMP database every day. We're not the problem. If we were the problem, Canada would know that we were the problem. We're not the problem.
Liberal MP Talib Nur Muhammad announced the Liberals would be withdrawing the amendments and says government is listening to Canadians and other parties to create a law that keeps Canada safe, saying, quote, "C-21 is the most progressive piece of firearms legislation in a generation. It's crucial we get this right." In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.